Hi, we're the K3, and this is our final thoughts on chocolate. And I have no notes because I did not watch it, but I will ask lots of questions. Marisa, talk to us. Chocolate. What are your final thoughts on chocolate? Would you watch it again?
I love a romance melodrama.
Yeah?
I just do. And which is odd because I'm kind of cynical, but there is something about these Korean melodramas that just...
They do. They get you, right?
They get me. And it's all emotional manipulation, right? I love them so.
I have a quick question on that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like everything you said over the course of, I think, like 8 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the emotional manipulation in this one was high. Like, I feel like
yes,
as a
it was
viewer, like
children
it was
dying in a hospice.
Yeah, like, and even like from a romantic standpoint, like, I feel like our couple like took forever to finally come to some agreements.
It was a slow burn.
Was it a satisfying slow burn?
Well, what was interesting was that their characters were not big.
Mm-hmm.
They were very controlled. And even when Haji-won was yelling at her brother or very upset about something, she had this very gentle manner about her. So, and Yoon Kye-sang, who, he was an idol. He was in God or God. Which one is it? I'm not sure. But, so he's full of personality. But for this character, and maybe that was part of the, the fun part of watching him just be this very kind of like controlled doctor.
Very controlled, yeah.
So was the romance satisfying? It's like, it was very slow, and it was very much about him just kind of doing a slow pivot towards her. And so
it was more his story than it was her story.
It was definitely more his story than hers. I mean, she's a huge star, right?
Huge.
But and she was the one in Greece. It was beautiful. I totally want to go.
It did look amazing.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But she was the one who also got to like date Yu Tae-oh before his brain tumor killed him.
Of course. And I think she dumped him beforehand, right?
I know,
She
because
did.
her first love was Yoon Kye-sang. It's so ridiculous, right?
Yes.
Tropey.
Her first love from
I
when she
did get
was
that part.
8 or something.
Yeah. Because he gave her like a...
He fed her.
He fed
her.
Yes.
Delicious food.
So there was that. So that was, the romance, it never really took off. It was just a very kind of quiet romance.
Okay.
Would you say it was the conclusion of their fate? Because they're meant to be together.
Well, yeah, fate here and there in so many places, right?
Yeah.
But ladies, if you can find yourself a neurosurgeon with a heart of gold and a Maserati who cooks dinner for you on his birthday, I would say, damn him.
Check,
yes.
check,
there's
check.
a lot of check boxes there, Marisa.
Okay.
Sold.
And sponsored by great winter outerwear,
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you can get someone who just looks really good posing during the winter outside.
Yes, in a puffy coat.
Done.
Oh my God, puffy coats.
Puffy coats are amazing.
They are amazing.
What were your favorite moments? Like, what was it that kept you going? Because I know there were some points in the show where you were like, show, come on. But what were like those moments that were you kind of like, all right.
Food porn.
Oh.
Am I right, people?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The food was amazing in this. And so they used food as a device for so many people in the hospice were looking for a particular dish. And Yu Tae-oh,
I remember that, yes.
He specifically wanted her. It was a stew of some kind.
Some soup.
Yep.
Yeah,
or
that's what it
dumpling.
Dumpling
Yeah,
soup.
dumpling soup.
Stew.
Mandu. And she quietly gave it to him without anyone knowing, but he knew it was hers. And then he could die peacefully.
From the
Yu Tae-oh.
I know. Too soon.
If you have to watch anything, look for this Love Actually moment where he's standing outside a restaurant with an iPad or a Samsung, like a what do you call it?
Like a tablet?
A
tablet. Just like scrolling through in I Love You.
She's inside a coffee shop and he's out.
Yeah. How she didn't go running out there and just like,
I'm like, forget your first love whom you met when you were 8.
Never even...
Look at what's standing before you.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
And he looked good in winter wear. It was really cold.
I know. We need to see you in a rom-com, please.
Oh, God.
Right. Yes.
So the food was amazing. So there are all of these moments where everyone in the hospice is looking for a different kind of food, and that's what connects them to love and family. And it all stems back to Yoon Kye-sang's mother, who gave when Haji-won was a little girl, and they were in a building collapse.
Of course.
His mom and her.
Yes.
Yes. She gave
On her birthday.
Yes, she gave Haji-won's character, who is named Chae-young, chocolate. And it was this act of kindness that really showed her what food and what love and what just being a good human being could do. Oh my goodness, it was so sad.
Yeah.
So,
And then she
And in
died.
that
And then
moment,
she
it was
died, of
about
course.
survival.
Oh, right.
Because small Cha-young was saying, she's like, I'm getting really tired, to his mom. And she's like, here's some chocolate. And so she eats the chocolate to help.
Okay,
Kinda keep
gotcha.
her-
Godiva can save your life.
Well,
Well,
that's a good
Well,
duh.
duh.
Yeah. So how long did it take him to
True.
realize that? Because she knew like in episode 2 who he was.
Oh, she figured it out.
Yeah,
right?
because
How-
his name was Yi Kang. Is that right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yi Kang, which is a very it's a unique name.
And so she figured out who he was. How long did it take him to figure out who she was?
About episode 6 or 7, because that's about how far I watched.
Okay.
He realized at that point?
I think so. Yeah.
I thought it was a little later.
Okay.
No, because her brother spilled it.
Oh, right,
Her brother, her loudmouth brother said,
Yeah.
And so
because it's your first love, and oh my gosh, you guys should totally get together. When
Oh,
they're-
so you got
they're
to the part
enjoying-
where they went back to Wando? His hometown?
No, I
Oh, you
get to
didn't
the
make
part-
it that far?
No,
okay.
Cha-young and Yi-kong were sitting on it was his mom's or memorial, I guess, and he was sitting like on a bridge over a stream and had a space for his mom and a little memorial. And she comes up and they shared a drink. And then her brother came in. He's like, "It's your first love, and you guys should totally get married." I mean, he didn't say exactly like
he didn't
that.
quite realize it yet.
Okay.
No,
but,
it wasn't-
but I think shortly after that, I feel like
Yeah, so they take a trip back to his hometown because one of his old friends passes away. And this is where the dog dies.
dog. What?
a dog died.
Yes, right? It's just
Oh,
emotional
show.
manipulation.
Not enough taking place in a hospice where people go to die, but
then
a
you had to kill the
dog
dog.
The dog dies.
Seriously.
Honestly. But yeah, so it's, slowly over the course of 16 or the back 8, he comes to realize that she was the one who was there when he was a child, and then later realizes that she was there when his mother died, and
So he didn't pick up on it then. Okay, I thought he picked up on it then, but it
I
sounds
don't
like,
think
sounds
so.
Like not fully.
But in any case, it was really just, this very kind of slow unfurling of, the onion.
Do you recommend it?
I would recommend it if you want to feel those feels. And I would say, watch it on a Friday night with a glass of wine and some chocolate and a box of tissues.
It's got to be Godiva. It's got to be Godiva chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah.
All chocolate's good chocolate.
Hell,
Yeah.
True.
But there's some really great relationships in this. His family is ridiculous, right? They're the ones who hauled him off from Seoul because he's we find out later that he's the only actual biological grandson. And they want, because he was set up to be a rival for his cousin from the beginning. And his cousin, who really has the soul of an artist, he's a potter.
A potter.
Yeah,
Mhm.
ceramicist,
Yeah.
he's got this amazing kiln.
Yeah.
Oh
he's
my
got a whole
God,
outdoor
it's so
kiln area,
amazing.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. But really,
I only got to episode 3.
His first love in the hospice was who taught him how to be a
Oh,
potter.
it's all connected.
All connected.
All
Okay.
connected. But so the family is crazy. You've got this grandmother who is just on her
She
deathbed,
is.
full of piss and vinegar, that one.
She's not nice.
Yes, not nice. She's just manipulative till the end. But it's good because the way the show played out, it focused enough on them because you have to have that, crazy out there element in a melodrama, right? But by the end of the series, it really wasn't on them. It was really on the people of the hospice and the staff, including Kim Won-hae,
Aw,
who we
Kim
always
Won-hae.
love seeing.
Yeah.
So good to see him,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And he was
And he was-
Yuteo's dad, right?
Right,
Okay.
Yes.
right.
Yeah, and the head of the hospice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it
And
was great.
the ex-husband of the head cook of the hospice
Mhm.
who had early onset or she had Alzheimer's.
Early onset Alzheimer's.
Not that early. Well, she was like 50 or 60, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's early.
That's early. Yeah.
That's early.
Mhm.
Yes. So binge, you said wine and chocolate and a chill night on Friday. Now, is it a binge or is it like, make it a Friday night ritual, a couple of episodes, put it down, come back to it like a good book?
Yeah, I think that's a good strategy.
Okay,
I don't.
yeah.
It's not a binge. It's not a because what you want to sit with those feelings, right?
Yeah.
It's not a what's going to happen next? Let's get to the next
Gotcha.
episode. And I am surprised though that none of the leads died at the end because that happens often in a K-drama.
So our blind woman, who is the cousin's first love, who's in the hospice.
Mhm.
I got to the point where she definitely seemed like she was ready to pass on, but then Kye-sang had the realization that maybe her surgery wasn't done right. Was there any way to fix that, or did she eventually die?
I
she
believe
live
she
at the end
died
of it?
because she wasn't around.
Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't around very long.
Okay.
I believe
Alright.
she died.
Okay.
Now I can't remember.
Maybe I'll continue watching. Maybe I'll
Honestly, I
Alright.
think 80% of the people in this show died.
Well,
It was
like you said,
set in a
hospice.
hospice.
But that character, the cousin played by Jang Sung-ho, at the very end, he comes back to medicine, and the woman who he sees in a museum looking at ceramics,
Oh.
he spies something in her because she keeps holding her left arm, and he's like, you need to get that looked at, and boom, she faints. That's actually played by his real life wife.
Oh, really?
Oh, isn't that
Oh,
sweet?
gosh.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
sweet.
Very sweet.
That's nice.
Yes. So
Oh,
this,
very cool.
I know.
I
This
like
is-
that kind of
this
stuff.
is
That's
yeah.
sweet.
This whole
I like
show
that.
is just
It's just
All about the feels.
I would say sunshine and rainbows, but no, not even.
No.
Just
feels.
fluffy feels.
Yeah.
Lots of feels. A lot of tissue feels.
Yeah, a
And-
lot of
and
children in
Subway.
the hospice. Oh my
Like
goodness.
Marisa is what did you say at the beginning of this? That you are a little bit more
Cynical.
cynical. I mean, I'm cynical, but I also just desperately hate like crying. So this show, I was like, there's a lot of tears ahead of me on this one, and I really pretty much try to avoid it at all costs.
Yes.
So that, I just was like, no.
I mean,
I'm
the
out.
little boy with leukemia.
Oh my
Could they
God.
make him any cuter? They put him in an
Oh my God.
astronaut suit. This puffy
No.
astronaut suit. And he talks about like taking
And
off
the mask and the helmet part of it kept slipping, and you could sometimes just saw
I
his
just
nose.
know.
Like, I was like, oh,
No.
yeah.
No, I can't.
Oh, this show.
16 hours of that I couldn't do.
Yeah.
So I thank you for both for watching it for us as being our surrogates. Thank you. Any final thoughts that you want to impart?
Yoon Kye-sang doesn't do dramas very often, so if you're a fan of his, this was really fun to watch him in. Yeah.
All right, those are our final thoughts on chocolate. It sounds like it's a Friday night with a glass of wine, some chocolate of your own, and lots of tissues. We're the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Karen.
I'm Marisa, and if you want to hear and see all of our thoughts on chocolate throughout the entire series, just go here to this playlist. Our weekly watch lists are timestamped, so you can jump right to chocolate and any other show that you're interested in.
And we'll see you next time. Bye.